Well, how's it going, everyone? Finally back with another video, and for the first time, it's going to be something that is not about Sorare, but it is about another web-based football game. And today we are embarking into the journey on the Metaverse Football League, or MFL for short. And I did record the start of my MFL journey a few weeks ago. Sadly, the file corrupted, and after that, I don't know what happened. It just fell through the cracks a little bit. So the start of the series is happening today, and so far it's been fun. It's been real fun. The point of the series is I'm just going to go through my complete MFL journey in this series. It's something that I want to be uploading about once a week. Get the regular updates of my club, my players, and how we're doing in the league, in the cup, whatever it is that's going on. And then something like pack drops or whatever could be like separate videos. But in general, expect about one MFL video, every week. So today it's a big one because we are compiling, I believe, like 3 weeks of progress and updates into one video. I'm gonna try and keep it short because I also don't have all of the footage from what happened earlier. So I'm gonna be recapping most of it. Um, so yeah, without further ado, let's just get into it. But before we do, one last thing, please make sure that you like and subscribe this video. Like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you don't play MFL just yet, and after seeing this video, you're thinking, hey, this is for me, this is fun. There's a link in the description down below. And if you use that link and you get your starter packs, we both get an extra player. I'm not gonna lie, there's something in it for me too. But it's a great way to get something extra and then support the channel as well. So like I said, let's just get into it. So before we get into our actual account, let's just discuss the two ways you can really play MFL. The thing is, you can create a club or buy a club, basically create your team and then compete in leagues, which is reminiscent of like Football Manager. I haven't been a big Football Manager player in the past, so it's not really my strong suit as of yet. But I do want to play it that way as well, which is why we did do that. And based on how well you perform in your league, you can get promoted. If you're in the higher division, you can get relegated as well. But based on your end position, your end result, you get rewards, which is there in the form of currency, which is the MFL coin. And I can show that this way, the best way for now. For me, it's still on 0. But at the end of the season, we will be getting some stuff. And you can use that on reward drops, which is limited players, common players, and so forth. Und so weiter. The second way you can play it is you can just get your players, and not buy a club. You can also just loan your players out to other MFL players who will use them in their teams. And you get a percentage of the revenue share of their club. For example, if at the end of the season I get 1,000 MFL as a club, but I loan one of your players and we negotiated on 5%, you get 50 MFL, for example, and that's one player. So if you have multiple, you can build it up in that way as well. So yeah, you can be a club owner, or you can be an agent, or you can be both. I went for the option of doing both. So yeah, the way we started is we went to the store. There's two ways you can go about it. You can go to the store, get a club pack, you get a fresh club license in the lowest division, which is the Spark division, and just start building your way up. You could also just go to the marketplace and buy a club there, which, well, there's players, but there's also clubs that you can buy. They can be in the Spark division, which is the lowest, and it's, if you're lucky, it could be cheaper than buying a fresh license. I just wanted it to be fresh. You can also just buy a club that's already in a higher division, for example here the Stone or Bronze division, but they will set you back quite quite some extra money. Because obviously they're already a few seasons into their progression. You won't have to sit through the lowest divisions of the game. But that's if you want to fast track it and have a bigger budget. I did not do this, so I went to the store. I got a fresh license, which we got assigned to Stavanger in Norway, and we also bought the starter packs, which you can get 3 times. Each starter pack has 2 players, and costs $10 a piece. So yeah, reserved for new users. We cannot get it anymore, as you can see, because we've already used it. And those were our first 6 players. After that, we did also buy some packs during the pack drop, and went onto the marketplace to get some more players to finish out our team, because I did not want to loan a lot of players and give up a lot of the revenue share, because I do want to build up my MFL balance, well, fairly quickly. And yeah, the best way to do that is to not give up a big piece of the pie to someone else. So if we go to the HQ, you can see we do have quite a few players. We do have, I believe it's around 25 players now. And, well, not all of them are in our club. We got Webster from one of our starter packs, and Becerra was in our pack from the pack drop. I decided to loan them out because they had some interest from ICE clubs, one of them being Cambridge Phoenix Academy, which is the club of our good friend Josh, aka Flindle, who has made a separate channel for his MFL journey. I will link that in the description as well. And he is using Webster for this season, and I will be getting 3% of his revenue share. Same for Becerra. I'm getting 2% of the revenue from his club, and I believe they are actually doing really well. Yeah, third. So right now he is scheduled to go into a promotion playoff. They were top of the table for the first part of the season, but they've really dropped. Also, what you need to take into account basically is the progression of a player. In the higher divisions, they do get more XP during matches, so they will progress sooner. As well as they should be in better teams, so playing with better players, which makes them progress more during training. Now the thing is, you see these colors, which are the tiers that they're in. Blue being rare, green being uncommon, yellow being limited, and then the gray are common players. 65 and over is uncommon, meaning that 64 is the highest limited rating, which means they need to go into a tier break, and those take forever, which is why both Becerra and Webster, despite playing quite a bit, if I'm not mistaken, we can look at Becerra here, they haven't progressed yet. He has played, oh, he hasn't played in a week, damn. Okay, that's not good, but he has played 12 matches, 2 goals, 4 assists, not that bad. Let's have a look at Webster. Webster. Yeah, Webster also 13 games, 7.2 rating, no goal contributions, but he's a center back, so that's fine. And then 5 yellows. The league apparently isn't that strong because he would benefit from facing stronger opposition in matches, but his form has been good. He's trading well, but again, he is one of the better players in the team, so his progression is not that amazing. But like I said, what we did after the packs, we bought some extra players, which did not go beyond the limited tier. We did not buy these 4 in the beginning. So Becerra and Webster were my best players. I did look at all the other teams when we did enter the league, when we did enter the competition. And I thought, we could compete with this. Then at the start of the season, there's a site that does these projections for every league, and our projection was 4th, which is fine, but it's the first position that does not get you anything in terms of like playoffs or promotion or whatever, and that kind of annoyed me. So I did look at some of the stronger teams, and they did have some uncommon players, so I did decide to go back onto the marketplace, and we bought Isoe and Newman, and then also, well, Newman is still young, so he did cost a pretty penny. What did he cost us? $40. But then we also saw Corti and Schmidt, who are a little older, but they could provide like some extra experience and some trading boosts for others. Um, for example, Schmidt $55 and Corti was 52. So yeah, we did spend a little bit there, but it's fine. It's fine. We needed that, and still there's no retirement plans or whatever, because that is possible. Players do eventually retire, but you get a notification like 3 seasons in advance. So for now, we can still use them for at least 3 seasons, which for these ratings is completely fine. But then our team was complete and we went into our season, which is why we're going to the club overview. And as you can see already in the final few games, we've only dropped one, which was in the cup, to Sand Dancer, and then one more to Almeria. I think those are the only losses we've had. Pretty sure we've only lost 2 matches all season. In all competitions, like the team is doing really well, which not really a surprise because for the league we may be a little bit overpowered. These are preseason cups, so I'm not counting that. Like FC Lavallois was the first real match of the season, and from then on it's just been wins and draws here and there. So yeah, which is why we're also sitting top of the table. We were top for most of the season. After one draw against Boys in Bern, and then we drew another game against Laval Academy. When we did that, we gave up the lead to Boys in Bern on goal difference. But Boys in Bern decided to lose a game. I believe their most recent league game or the one before that. They did lose one against Citrus FC. So the number 8, which is just awesome for us. Because now basically, if we don't lose against them, we should be good for the title and we can focus on the cup because spoilers, we are still in that. So yeah, like I said, our season has just been great. We've only conceded 5 goals, which is the strong suit of our team. Our best players or highest rated players really are defenders. One big thing for the next game, which is against Boys in Bern, is that Schmidt, our best player, is actually suspended. I didn't think that suspensions from a cup game would carry over into the league, but they do. So I played Schmidt in the cup, and he got a yellow, which was his 5th, and it turned out that that means he's suspended for tonight when we play Boys in Bern. The positive side, he's back tomorrow for the cup game, um, where we will be needing him. So yeah, the next video, like next week's video, is gonna start off with the possible title decider already versus Boys in Bern. In total, we're playing 22 games. We're already at 13. So yeah, in just over a week, the league will be already over. That will be our first ever MFL season, in the books. But yeah, if we just look at our squad, which is crazy because of the progression, I do have a lot of young players. As you can see, Thibaut is 17, Paak is 18, Bouwmeester is 19, Wijnen 21, Do Amaral 21. But Do Amaral, not gonna lie, he hasn't played a single minute for us yet. Which means I kind of need to, because I think there is a clause for minimum appearances. Let's see. Did we do that? Because we did negotiate it with our good friend Flipper. And I am not sure if we did negotiate that. Let's just look at Flipper. Look, he, for example, has 2 clubs. We're gonna be looking at that, but we'll discuss that in a little bit. I cannot see it. Shit. Yeah, I can't see it. The thing is, the rev share is only 1%. I think if we did put in a clause, it's not gonna be the. Oh shit, we can actually see it. Where is he? Yeah, okay, there's nothing extra. The only clauses we do have are Stensrud and Gerard, who are pretty much in our starting 11 at this point, so we should be fine for that. But yeah, again, this is our squad. This is our squad. We only have 4 players in on loan, which means we're giving up 14% of our rev share, which is worst case scenario. Which is if they don't meet the clauses. If we do meet the clauses, we're only giving up 10%, so that's fine. But yeah, our big names for this season so far. Obviously Schmidt, Corti, Aisawi has been playing very well. Wijnen started off the season as a starting striker and scored a whole lot of goals. Then Newman came in, he just took that over. Performance, there we go. Newman, 13 goals so far. He has been the target man really. Wijnen 8-3. Saley also, he is a rotational piece, 6-3. But like I was saying, the progression, the young boys haven't really progressed a lot. And Schmidt, our oldest player and also our best player, like the one that should not be getting that much progression, is up 3 ratings in the season already. So he has been an amazing buy so far, which I love because we could actually be selling him for profit if we do decide to flip him eventually. Which we might do. We might do. But again, that's the league. We're still undefeated. Hopefully, we can keep it that way. Then the cup, which is the Aspirants Cup, they get divided into tiers, which is basically groups of 32. You get matched up against teams that are of a similar team strength. So this should really match up the teams pretty evenly. So the tactics and everything, they should make the difference. Which is also why in our group we had, let's see, one Spark Club, an Ice Club, which is 1 division above us, and then a Stone Club, which is 2 divisions above us. And we did end up progressing. We almost threw it away in on the last match day because we did lose against Sandancer. But Almeria also lost against our countryman Hans Horst. So he did us a big favor there by just winning that, meaning we could progress. Then I believe it was yesterday where we had the round of 16 and we won 2-0 against the B-Lads, which is a club in, and these are the stats really, goals from Newman and Stensrud. Let's see, I want to see, yeah, okay, it's in Spark, but as you can see, he also has very decently rated players that he is using in that team. So that is something that has been going very well for us this season. We're still in it for, well, on all fronts. I'm not saying we're going to win the cup. I'm not expecting that. I'm already happy with where we are now, if I'm completely honest, because it does give us an extra 750 MFL, which translates to at least 1 common player. I'm pretty sure of that. But we'll see what we get at the end of the season. And also, if we're going to spend our MFL at the end of the season, we might be saving it up. There's a lot of strategy involved there. Also, the fact that I do want a second club eventually to use as pretty much an academy. So I won't have to rely on loaning players to other managers too much and just put some of the less high rated players to the academy and make sure they develop well there. Because also the first place here is going to be 2,400 MFL. So if we win the league and we don't progress anymore in the cup, I am pretty sure that we get around 3,000 MFL. Or just under 3,000 because we are obviously giving up some ref share as well. We could go for 1 limited player or we could be going for a lot of common players. I think we will be filling up with common players so we can put those into a second club that we will be buying as an academy that will go into Spark. But more on that when the season is over pretty much. So we will be discussing the plans probably next week because the season will be coming towards an end at that point. And we will be evaluating everything. For now, this is where we stand. Very happy with what the team is doing, and I am very happy that I am really enjoying this game because it's also something that keeps going year round. Obviously, Sorare is about to die down for me a bit with the end of the European season. I'm not a big MLS player. I'm not a big Asia player in there. So the summer is kind of some downtime for me. Just researching transfers and everything. But yeah, this is some good pastime, to be honest. And also a way for me to keep making some content. So absolutely love it, and something that I will be expanding onto eventually. Well, through time, really. Still learning a lot, but the fact that I've gone for a lot of youngsters means that I can keep using them for a long time and um, really get the maximum out of them. So that's what we're going for in this one. So yeah, that's the start of my MFL journey. Um, I've said as much as I could remember and wanted to talk about, and yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you play MFL or if you're thinking about starting it. And if you do play, what division, what's your club? Just let me know, because obviously we do have the network as well, where we can, well, keep tabs on a lot of people. Um, and also watch how you're doing, watch the games and everything. So yeah, let me know. So thanks for watching again. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will be seeing you guys in the next one. See ya.